The Sri Lanka Night cultural show, dinner dance at this beautiful venue at the Londonderry Community Hall in Edmonton. Organized by the Sri Lanka Canada Friendship Association of Edmonton, the executive committee chaired by Mano Sena and the event coordinated by Cultural Director Sharma Fernando. It's always good to see such a nice crowd. We have some house rules. So the exit signs are onto the side, washrooms are into the hallway, onto my left. And dear guests, please don't congregate at the bar. Just keep the crowd going. And also the bar will be closed during the show. And then there are small signage and a paint mark on the table. We have to be nice to the environment. So please write your name on the display. So a little bit of house rules. And the programs are on the table. And I'll run the program. So we'll have the first items as in the program, the cultural show, followed by the dinner dance. It is a Sri Lankan tradition to light the oil lamp to invoke blessings for a cultural event or any other auspicious event. So I would like to take this opportunity to invite our President, Mano Sena, Vice President Ravi Vikramarachi, the cultural dancing and coordinator for this event, Manusha Pereira, and our former previous volunteer cultural dance teacher, Ishani De Silva. So I would like to welcome the
Manusha Pereira, you are wanted there.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. So we are going with the second item for the day program, singing up the two national anthems. Please rise. So now I would please have your seats. This is an important moment. I'm going to invite our President, Manoj Senaratne, to give his speech. Manoj.
I'm not sure how important or it is, but we have give a short speech. On behalf of the Sri Lanka Night Friendship Association, I would like to welcome everyone to this joyous occasion. I would like to thank the members first for basically supporting us through the ups and downs of the association and embracing the occasion. Obviously, our participation could be better in terms of the members, but as a group that has always supported us throughout the year. I would also like to thank the non-members who have come to support these events over the years as well. Again, even at this late juncture, I would invite the non-members to try and join the organization. The bigger we are, the better we can be. While rejoicing today, I think we need to realize that Sri Lanka is going through a very, very difficult time. Although the disastrous kind of situation there is primarily our own doing, with corruption on the part of the politicians, that should not kind of preclude us from trying to help at this moment. The worst thing we could do as immigrants or citizens or visitors here is to take the money that we have in Sri Lanka out. As you know, the money is going down in value all the time because of the depreciating rupee. I would encourage everybody, including non-Sri Lankans, to visit Sri Lanka and take the foreign exchange and spend the money there. Even if you have the money there, going and spending that money as opposed to trying to get it over here will still help to stimulate the economy, because we need to do as much as we can at this moment. Now, as you know, the people who go to the Middle East, the low income earners, send almost all their foreign exchange earnings back to Sri Lanka. Traditionally, we move to the west, practically send very little back to Sri Lanka. So I think this may be this was probably okay over the years where we didn't have much problem in terms of foreign exchange. But I think time has come now for us to help. And I think giving money to the government or other organizations there really is not what I'm asking, because you cannot trust that the money would be put to good use. But I think we should look at some projects that we could do on our own. So lots of people are reluctant to help, even if they have the desire to help, because of the fact that they find it difficult to organize or manage a project there. I think one thing that I feel is very, very important is to support education. As you know, if you can educate a person from a poor family and get them to a job at a professional level, it will improve their social status for generations to come. And I think this is especially so if you can educate girls, because they have a much bigger influence in terms of improving the whole family structure. So one thing you could consider is, as you know, we have a Shishatva exam at grade 5, for people to get into the bigger and better schools. And the elite get there. But what lots of people don't know is the fact that although these elite people from the smaller schools come to the bigger schools, at the O levels and A levels, the people who have been in the bigger schools are the ones who are actually doing quite well. So these people who are coming from the smaller schools are not able to perform to their potential. So one of the problems that's there in this situation is the fact that when they move to a bigger town or a bigger city, the cost for them is prohibitive in terms of, living expenses. So I think what one could do at this juncture, even as individuals, is all of us have been to some high school or the other. You could easily contact your high school and say you're willing to sponsor, one student or students, two students or whatever it is for their years starting from grade 6 to grade 12. Usually this amounts to like 7,000-8,000 rupees a month, which is like $30 to $40 a year. So that is not a prohibitive expense. And you can do this directly with them, in terms of arranging the money to be transferred directly to their bank account. So you have no intermediary whom you have to trust. Clearly, if you have money in banks in Sri Lanka, it's very, very easy. But even if you have the money here, doing this process in this day and age is pretty easy. So I would, call upon this, moment to ask each and every one of you to consider something like that. Obviously, if you do some other project or doing some other projects, that is fine. Now, we have as a family formed a charity, try and do some of these things both in Sri Lanka as well as here. So we could be of help in terms of organizing this if somebody needs any help. But you certainly don't need to involve us. The actual money can go straight to the recipient. This is what most of the Canadian agents want as well. I think I would ask everybody, and especially the retirees, to try and do this, because we ultimately leave lots of money here and not put the money to good use. When we were talking about it, Janek was telling me, my son, that it is always better to do something like this during your lifetime as opposed to leaving money to charity at the time of death. Because you get a much better mental fulfillment by doing something while you are alive as opposed to always when you are dead. And the other thing I'd like to remind is when we met a financial planner, it is not recently, like 30 years ago, in our 30s, one of the things that he said was you must be quite careful in terms of spending the money, but at the same time you don't want to be the richest guy in the graveyard, right? So I think it is important to spend the money beforehand. I would like to close this by wishing everybody a wonderful time today and drink responsibly and drive home safely. I hope everybody has a good time. Thank you.
So thank you, Manu, and thank you for bringing Sri Lanka and sharing your thoughts with us. That's very valuable. Thank you. So we are ready to start the cultural show part. We'll just pause a few moments to get the coordinator ready with everything at the back.